Okay, I have shared my screen. I've shared my screen. Uh, what I can tell is today, one more thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to, we are going to use, and not I, we are going to use some of the AWS services. Let me list out one of a few of them which we are going to use. Here also you are going to get some AWS knowledge because because you need to get an experience of a real time. What are the AWS services? Mainly, we are going to use our three services. Mainly, actually, one service that we are going to use is he has three buckets. He has three buckets actually. Okay, he has three buckets. Second type of service we are going to use is Lambda. Lambda. Okay, the third type of service we are going to use is CloudWatch. CloudWatch, because you need to get how the people real time uses the Python scripting and shell scripting and Linux scripting. So that I'm going to include these three things as part of your syllabus. Okay, that is three buckets: Lambda functions, and CloudWatch. Uh, CloudWatch service. These are three services we are going to use as part of the AWS. It does not mean directly we are going to use this. I will be first explaining this. What are the services? What are these services? What these services does? Okay, what is the use of these services, right? And then I am going to explain you with respect to scripting, okay, how to integrate these services with scripting, so that it will be very helpful for you in industry to work with us actually. Now the next thing what I am going to tell you is all about the how to create an AWS account, because these are the three services we are going to use as part of the AWS, right? So AWS account creation need to be there actually, because you need to understand how to create an AWS account. This is a free account. Okay, 1 year it will be free for everyone. You need to understand this. Okay, let me tell you how to create an AWS account. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, now let me go to my AWS console. aws.amazon.com. You need to type for aws.amazon.com. Here, this is the console you are going to get actually. Okay, this is a console you are going to get. Here, you click on sign into the console. If you are first time going to this, you will be directly getting sign up here. But I went many times, so that I am getting here sign in. Okay, just click on, I'm clicking on this sign in. Okay, now just click on this. Here down, if you go, you will be having create a new AWS account. Just click on this. Okay, now after this clicking on this create a new AWS account, it will be showing you the some of the details that you need to enter. Okay, one is it will ask you it will ask you about the root user email. That means you need to give your email ID. You need to give your email ID, and you need to give your account name. Email ID should be unique. That means whatever the email ID you are giving here, it should be unique. And yeah, that's the thing I want to say. And the account name that it will be asking for. And you need to verify your email address. That means you are going to get an email from AWS saying to verify, okay, to verify you. And you need to verify it, and then you need to move forward. And in the next steps, there will be a 4 to 5 steps in order to create this AWS account. You need to fill your details like your name, username, address, and all these things you need to fill. And the important step in creation of this AWS account is it will ask for you, to provide your account details, bank account details. No problem with that, because that is, to trust you only, it will be asking. It will be debiting you 2 rupees from your bank account. And after the creation, after verification, it will be recrediting to your account back, but it is just for your verification only. Any amount will not be debited from your account until and unless you explicitly pay to amazon.com. But whatever the services we are going to use as part of this course is entirely free services. These are free services we are going to use. It will not be any charge. It will not cost you any charge. Okay, so this is, as I don't have a unique email address, I am not able to show you now. And it is as simple as creating your Insta accounts or the Facebook accounts, it is that much easy. Just it will ask you the details, just fill the details, whatever it asked, and then move further. Once the account has been created, it will take uh, 24 hours to activate that account. It was mentioned by the AWS, but not it will not take more than 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, it will enable, they will enable your account within 1 or 2 hours. It will not more than take that, but officially they will be mentioning it will take 1 day for the backup. But yeah, it will not take more than 1 hour, 2 hour. You can sometimes you can also immediately log into your account, no problem with that. Okay, so like that, you need to create an AWS account and you need to use this AWS account. And this is how you need to create an AWS account. Because I'm not showing here, apology for that, I don't have a unique email address. Please, I'm also mentioning it is as simple as creating your Facebook and Insta accounts. It is very easy. Okay. Now, the second thing that you need to do is you need to install Python. You need to install Python, whatever it is, whether it is in your local machine or wherever it is, you need to install Python. Okay. How to install Python? Let me tell you. Okay. Install Python. Okay. You can see that download Python. Okay, you will be having some binary. Okay, if you want to download for Windows, you need to just click on this Python for Windows. Okay, you can download from this whatever you want. Okay, just download the latest version. Okay, this is the Python stable version, that is latest version. Just click on this, it will be downloading. 1 second. Yeah, just click on this and download the latest version of the Python, actually 3.12.4. Let me go here. Let me go back again. Okay, just click on this Windows installer 64-bit. That means this 3.12.4 is this. You need to click on this Windows installer 64-bit, and just it will download a exe file to your local machine. It will download a exe file to your local machine. Just save that exe file and double click that exe file. And after saving that to your local machine means local laptop, and then you will be able to install just follow the steps whatever mentioned, and you will be able to install the Python in your local machine. Okay, that's simple, as simple as you install any other software. But yeah, that's the thing actually. Now, but as my machine is Mac, I'm not going to download this, and I've already installed Python in my laptop. You can see that Python hyphen version. Okay, you can see that Python 3. You need to mention Python 3. This is the latest version. Python 3 is the latest version that you have. Okay, now we are going to use the Python 3 version. We are not going to use unused versions and unrelated versions. We are going to use the latest version of the Python. Okay, it is not, yeah, like something like that. Okay, now this is how you need to. Any questions?
Shiva, sorry to interrupt. Shiva, the screen which you are showing now, Shiva Kumar, is this a command prompt or?
Yeah, this is command prompt. Okay, this is my local command prompt, my laptop command prompt. Okay.
For us also, we have to check whether Python is installed in command prompt, right?
Yes. After installing the Python, whether the Python is installed in your command prompt, you need to check like this: Python, Python 3 hyphen version, something like this. Okay, so something like this. So that if Python is successfully installed, you will be getting like version of that Python. Okay, something like this. Okay, now let me move further. And discuss about the functionalities of Python. Okay, about the functionalities of Python. Let me go here. Let me go to my drive. Let me go to my Google Drive. Drive. Where is that Python? Okay, let me move new Google Doc. And let me change the text actually. Let me increase the font. Okay, let me increase to 18. Yeah. Now, we are going to discuss the features of Python. Okay, we are going to discuss the features of Python. Okay, one. Features of Python. We are going to discuss the features of Python. Okay, what are the different features of Python? Why the Python has been popularly known actually? Like, let me introduce to you Python. Okay, one second before discussing the features. Let me introduce to Python. Okay, introduction. Okay, what is this Python? When this was introduced and who introduced this? Okay, there is a show that is Monty Python Circus. Uh, that is a TV show. From this, a Python was introduced. Okay, it was introduced. The name comes from. Okay, let me. The name comes from Monty. Okay, Monty Python Circus. Python Circus. This is a show actually. This is one of the TV show from where the Python name was come into the picture, to come into the market. Now, when it was introduced in a Python language. Python is introduced in February 2019. 1991. Okay, February 20, 1991. Okay, okay, okay. Who introduced this? Who introduced this? Who introduced this? There is some guy. Okay, Guido Van Rossum, something like this. Their names are different, but yeah, this is the guy who introduced this one. ROSSU, yeah. Okay, this one is the guy who introduced the Python for us. Okay, who introduced the Python for us, and it has been more popular now. It has been more popular now. Wherever you go, we are using Python for the scripting in DevOps, and yeah, that's how the importance it is. Okay, now this is the introduction and the features of Python. Let me go to the features of Python now. What are the different? Why the Python has become that much popular? You need to understand why the Python has become that much popular. Actually, now it is very easy to learn. It is like how you are talking in English language. Okay, that way you need to learn Python. It's that easy. Okay, EASY, easy to learn. Okay, easy to learn actually. That is one why that is being popular. And dynamically typed programming language. Okay, why? What is dynamically typed programming language? I'm going to tell you in practicals, but as it is a features, just assume that dynamically typed programming. Okay, dynamically typed a programming language. Dynamically typed programming language. And the third thing, it's open source. Open source means anyone can able to download Python, and anyone can able to use the Python. Okay, it's open source. It's a open source. Anyone can able to use, you, me, and anyone. It is not a paid. Okay, it is open source. Python is an open source. And the next feature why it is more popular is portability. Okay, portability. Okay, now other programming languages, if you develop that program, suppose let's take Java. If you develop Java program in particular, I developed a Java program in my laptop, but if I give you that program directly to you, if I give you that program directly to you, that program will not be executed in your laptop, because that should be compiled first in my laptop. After that, I need to share that compiled program only. It will be executed in your laptop. Okay, but Python is not like that. Okay, the program which is developed by in my laptop can also be executed in your laptop. Actually, that is portability. Okay, that is portable. Okay, that is portability. Okay, that is why the Python is more famous, and it is a high level programming language. high level programming language. Okay, high level programming programming language. High level programming language. The next thing why it is more popular, it is both procedure and object oriented programming language. Both procedural and object oriented. Okay, what is this procedural, what is this object oriented? Do not worry about that. We are going to see very clearly procedural and object oriented programming language. Okay, like this we have many advantages of using Python. Okay, these are the features of Python, why the Python has been become more popular in the industry, especially for DevOps. Okay, so okay, let me, okay, programming language. Okay, now that's why it is more popular. Okay, now before moving further, you need to understand few things about the Python. These are the things about who invented this one and from what it has name has come Python, and what are the features of Python. What are the features of Python? We need to understand all these things. And let me move further and let me tell you the important data types that we have in Python. Actually, what are the data types in Python? Okay, data types. So let me put it here. Come, data types. Okay. Did you people understand the concept of data types? Were you people understand the concept of data types previously? Can you please mention so that I will be going from scratch? If not,
Java we have int,
yes, those only.
yes, int, long, double.
Yeah, those are all called data types. But in Python we have multiple data types. Like Java also we have data types. Like in Python also we have data types. Like we have int data type, float data type, float, float data type. We have a bool data type, bool data type, and we have string data type, string, string data type. Let me boolean data type, string data type. Okay, now we have bytes data type, bytes data type. We have byte array data type, byte array data type. And we have range. Okay, I'll not be putting the range in the data type, but I'll be mentioning in the next scenarios. Okay, we have list actually. We have tuple. Okay, we have tuple. Okay, PLE, tuple. We have dictionary, dictionary, dictionary data type. We have set data type. We have set data type. We have frozen set data type. What are all these things actually? What are all these things? Okay. Now let's move further and we will discuss one by one data type. Very clearly. Now let me move to my terminal. This is my command prompt of my local machine. Okay, just type Python 3. Do not type hyphen version in this case. Just type Python 3. That is Python 3. After you install the Python in your local machine, just type Python 3. Just click on enter. A Python board, a Python console will be opened like this for you. A Python console will be opened. Okay, whether it is a Mac or whether it is a Windows, no problem. Okay, a Python console will be opened. A Python console will be opened like this. Okay, now what is this int data type? It is used to okay, it is used to what I can say, handle the numbers. Okay, numbers means 1 2 3, those are all numbers, right? So those are called numbers. If you mention a is equal to 10, that means it's a integer. Int means integer. A is equal to 10. Just click on enter. Okay, 1 second. a unexpected indent. I should not give something like this. Okay, indentation is important in Python. Indentation is more important in Python. What is indentation? Space. Okay, you need to give wherever space required only. You should not give any extra spaces like you give in other programming languages. In Python, indentation, you should follow the indentation. Okay, just click on enter. I have typed a is equal to 10. A is equal to 10. Here, I have typed A is equal to 10. Let me connect to my digital pad so that it will be, I can explain very clearly for you. One second. Let me connect my digital pad. Okay, I have connected. Okay, one second. Okay, I have connected. Now, what I want to say is something like this. Okay, let me move further here. Okay, now what I did here, let me take this one as this one. Let me take this one and let me take this size as 3 actually. Now, what I did here, I have mentioned A is equal to 10. That means what it will happen, there is a 10 object that will be there, something like this. I have referenced that with A actually. Okay, I have referenced that with A actually. Here, 10 is the value we call it as. 10 is the value. Here, A is the variable we call it as. Variable we call it as. Here, A is the variable and 10 is the value. That is, A is equal to 10. And you need to understand what type of value it is. What type of value it is. It's a number. It's a number. If you see, it's a 10. Is a number, right? It's a number, right? So it's a number. It's a number. If you type, if we have a function, There are inbuilt functions we have. Okay, Python given those functions, you can use those functions. We have a function called type. Type is the function you have. Okay, what this type function does for us? What is the use of this type function? This type function, what is a function? Function is nothing but it's a group of lines, group of programming lines actually. So what is this function does? If you mention A is equal to 10 and if you write type of A, if you execute this one, it will give what is the type of A is, whether it is an int type, whether it is a string type, whether it is a float type, whether it is a boolean type. It will give the type of object. If it is if it will give a type of object. Here, let me show you. Okay, here, what is this A? A is equal to 10. I have executed. Let me type of A actually. Now let me, one second, what happened? Type of A. Okay, you can see that it is the int type. A is equal to 10. It is the int type. That means it is the integer type. It is the integer type. Okay, it is a integer type. Okay, now that's the thing. Okay, now let me make B is equal to 10. Okay, let me make B is equal to 10. Let me make B is equal to 10. Here, B is called a variable and 10 is called a value. Okay, 10 is called a value. B is called a variable. Just click on enter. Now, type of B is int type. Okay, because it's an int type. Okay, as we are, if you think these are basics, just bear with me because you need to understand this before moving further to the complex topics actually, because that's an important thing you need to understand. Okay, now this is one function and this is the int type. That means integers actually. Like Java, we don't have long and all these things. Int type will be handling whatever the range it is. Okay, the numbers it can handle actually. Now that's a thing actually. Now let me remove all these things which are not required for us here in this case. Okay, now that's a thing. That's a thing. That's a int type. And here what we have learned, we have learned a function that is called type. What is this type function? Type function will be giving the type of an object. Type function will be giving the type of an object. Okay, that's a type function. And the second function you need to understand is print function. Print function. We are discussing about the integer only now. Print function. Print function. What is this print function? In Java, we have system.out.println, right? So in the same way, we have in Python print function. Print function is used to print the output to our console. Print function is used to print the output to our console. Print of a. Okay, a I have mentioned as 10 previously. I am printing that a value. Okay, it should print to the console as 10, something like this. Okay, this is the print function that you have actually. Now let me move further with this. Okay, now we have one more function, that is id function. id function. Okay, what is this id? When you execute a is equal to 10, when you execute a is equal to 10, what will happen? In your laptop, this is your memory. This is your memory. In this memory, this 10 value will be allocated to a particular address. Suppose this is the suppose let's think 1 2 3 4 5 6. This is the address where your 10 values is stored on your laptop memory. Okay, this id will give you the address where your value of the value is stored. This id function will give the address where your value is stored on the memory. Okay, let me show you. Okay, id of a actually. Now you can see that this is the address on which the a value is stored on your memory. Actually, that is a function that is id. Okay, that's a function that is id. As of now, just understand these three functions: type function, print function, id function. Type function, print function, id function. Okay, now let me move. Any questions?
Sir, memory in the sense RAM, right?
Yes. Okay, so that's the thing. The address of the memory or RAM where your object is stored. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, now let me remove all these things. Okay, yes. Okay, now these are the three functions. Just keep in mind: type, print, id. Okay, these are the three functions. Now the next thing we are going to discuss about the strings. Okay, now strings means it's a string, right? String means it's a like your name. Okay, it's a what is that, what I can say, a place name, names. Okay, which names? Okay, let me tell you. Okay, yeah, let me take this as institute is equal to DURGASOFT. Okay, DURGASOFT. Okay, this is called string. The value which, if you provide the value in quotes, in double quotes, that will become a string. Okay, if you provide the value in double quotes, something like this. Okay, if you provide a value in double quotes, something like this value will become a string actually in Python. Okay, let me show you. Okay, let me show you. Institute is equal to DURGASOFT. Let me show you. If you give something like this, it is going to throw an error. It is going to throw an error. You can see that here. Okay, you need to give this value in quotes only. Okay, you need to give this value in quotes only. Institute in DURGASOFT. You can see that it has it has not been thrown in error. And if you execute the type function now, if you execute the type function now, go to type, inside type. If you execute the type function of what, see here, institute is a variable. This DURGASOFT is a value that is assigned to this variable. Okay, that's what you need to understand here. Okay, type of that variable, what is the value which is assigned, what is the type of the value which is assigned to this variable? If you want to know, you need to execute type of that value actually. That's the thing. Now if you see str represents string type because it's a string actually, it's a string. You have mentioned this in double quotes. Now let me show you the beauty. Okay, let me show you. A is equal to, let me take z is equal to, let me mention in double quotes 10. Let me mention in double quotes. You can see that z is a variable. This 10 looks like an integer, and this is provided to the Python. This is provided as a value to the z variable in the double quotes. If you see now, just click. I'll be clicking on enter. Now, can you people expect what is the type of z? What is the type of z? Can you people expect any answers?
Be string because double quotes.
Yeah, it's type of z is string actually. Even though that is a number, it will be string because you mentioned in the double quotes. You are right. Okay, because of this actually. Okay, if you mention anything in the double quotes, that will become a string but not the int. Okay, if you mention int value also in double quotes, that will become a string only but not the int. You should remember that always. Okay, in Python, while if a interviewer give you some question, okay, you need to understand that whether you are taking this value as a string and whether you are taking this value as an int, because you might be entering the int value only, but internally Python will consider as string. Okay, we don't know that one. You need to first understand how this value is considered as. Okay, that's what you need to understand. Okay, now based on the type of the value, the output is going to be changed. Suppose I had made, okay, now y is equal to let me make it as 10 again. Okay, now x plus y, what it will become, let me show you. X plus y, you are going to get an error. Okay, now you can see that z plus y. Okay, now it is not x plus y. Okay, you are going to get 1010 because this is string and y is also a string. They will not be added and they will not make as 20. They will be added like in a like this actually. 10 10 actually, they'll be added in a string format. They'll not add in the mathematical representation. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. It is not like that here because both of them are strings, right? So they will add in like this actually. 10 10 actually, these are both of them are strings actually. You need to understand this. Okay, based on the type of value, the answer the answer is going to be changed. The output is going to be changed. If the type of value is int value, let me take z is equal to 10. Let me take z is equal to 10, y is equal to 10 now. Okay, y is equal to 10 now. Now z plus y, if you put, now it will become 20 because I have provided the int values. Previously, I have provided the string values. Okay, if you provide z plus y previously, that will happen like this. And if you provide the z plus y, now that will be added in the mathematical format. You need to understand this concept. Okay, based on the type of objects you are sending to your program, the output is going to be changed. Here in this case 20. Okay, it looks like for you are sending same values 10 10, and in this case also 10 10, but the type of values you are sending to the variables are different here. Okay, that is here 10 in double quotes, here 10 in direct value. You are sending the 10 as int value. That's what you need to understand. Okay, now that's the thing. Okay, now that is int, that is string. Whatever the value that is represented in a double quote is called the string type. that is called the string type. Okay, now there is one more type, that is boolean type. Boolean type. Let me make this as, okay, now is text. Let me make this is a variable, is text. Okay, is text is a variable. Okay, just whatever the name you want to take, you can take that as a variable, no problem with that. But yeah, let me make it as true. Okay, this is a true. Okay, just click on enter. Now, what is the type of this is text? Okay, type of is text. The type is boolean. Okay, the boolean value accepts only two types, that is true, false. Actually, okay, true or false. Either you need to use true or either you need to use false. That is a boolean data type. Boolean data type. Okay, that is either true or either false. Actually, you should not here. The case is important. Suppose if you mention is text with small t, if you mention with small t, you are going to get an error. Name true is not defined. Did you mean capital true, capital T? It will suggest you to use capital T. Okay, you should not use small t. The case is important here. You should use capital T and you should use capital F. Okay, capital F. You should not forget this about this. Actually, you should not forget about this. Okay, now that's a error you are going to get. Okay, this is the boolean data type. That means only two values will have only two values will be having. One is true, second one is false. Okay, that's for the boolean data type. Okay, the next data type that we are going to discuss is about the float data type. The float, what is float? Okay, the decimal numbers. What is this? If you have the numbers in like this 10.1 in decimal format, like this points. Okay, 100.0 or 99.999.9, 89.1, 90.5, something like this. If you have this type of numbers, those are called float numbers. Float means like it's a decimal points. Okay, let me show you. A is equal to, okay, 89.9. Okay, let me make this as A is equal to 89.9. Just click on enter. What is the type of A? What is the type of A? TYPE. Type of A is the float type. The type of A is float type. That means if the number is a if it contains decimal like dots, okay, then that will become the float type. You need to understand this. Okay, between 1 to like between any number. Suppose we have 1 2 actually we have, there will be infinite number of decimal numbers will be there between any two numbers. Actually 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.1.0 or something like 1.1.1.1.0, something like. There will be infinite number of decimal numbers will be there between these two numbers only. Okay, so that's a float data type. That's a float data type that you need to understand. Actually, now that's what the important thing that you need to understand. And the next data type, what you need to understand is bytes data type. Bytes. Okay, let me show you. Now I am making this b is equal to, I am mentioning as 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Okay, now I am making the b value as 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50. Okay, as of now, do not just forget about this. What is this type of this value? But yeah, now okay, now b is equal to this one. Okay, or just click on enter. I have mentioned this b is equal to this value. Okay, now x is equal to bytes of b actually. Now this is something called list type. Okay, now you are converting the list type to bytes type. Okay, you are converting the list type to bytes type. You can see that x will be having the, you can start, let me click on enter. Okay, now you converted b to x. You can see the type of b will be, if you see type, if you see the type of b will be list. If you see, this is the list, type of b is list. But what is the type of x? What is the type of x? It is the bytes type. Okay, what is this bytes type? The bytes value will be in the range of 0 to 256. You cannot put more than the 256 value. Let me show you. Okay, b is equal to okay, 10 dot 300, 10 comma 300. Let me put 10 comma 300. Now here what I am making, x is equal to bytes of b. Now it is not possible because we the list contains 300, like value of 300. But if you are converting this to bytes, okay, how to convert this to bytes? We have a function, that is bytes function. Bytes is a function in which you need to pass a b, okay, list, in which you need to pass a list b. B is a list, right? B is a list. Okay, 10 comma 300. Now this list contains the 300 as a value, but bytes, if you want to convert a list to byte, it will only, the values in the list should be in the range of 0 to 256. Okay, it should not be more than 256, but we have 300 here. That is why you are getting an error. Bytes must be in the range of 0 to 256, actually 0 to 256. That is the important thing that you need to understand. Bytes should be in the range of 0 to 256. Let me write it here. Okay, let me remove all these things.
So we can convert the list into integer, float and all.
No. We cannot convert list into integer and float. List
Then
is
what?
it's a group of integers. Okay, it's a group of values. It's a list actually. You cannot convert entire list into a integers actually. You can sum up them. Like, let me show you. We have list. We have list future. Okay, in the future. But you suppose here b is list. If you see, b is list. Type of b is list. We have some function, that is sum function. Okay, if you sum of b, okay, okay, something like this. Okay, it will be summing up. This will be integer, but we cannot directly convert this into the int type. You can see that. Okay, b is a list type that is explicitly having, actually it's, we cannot convert because it contains multiple int arguments. Okay, how this list can be converted is int actually. Yeah, that's okay.
So the list will not contain that float value and all.
No, list. See, list contains the list. Also, list can also contain string. List can also contain float. Whatever the value, we can contain. List accepts the heterogeneous values, whether it's a boolean, whether it's a string, whether it's a list can contains many type of values. But just an example here, you know, to explain about the bytes, have only taken this numbers actually. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is one point you need to understand, that is bytes. Okay, let me take bytes. The values in this bytes should be in the range of, the value of the bytes data type should be in the range of 0 to 256. If it exceeds more than 256, you are going to get an error. This is the one point you need to understand. And the second point that you need to understand, bytes is immutable. This is important. Immutable. Okay, now what is this immutable? What is this immutable? That is not changeable. That is not changeable. Bytes is not changeable. Suppose, let me tell you. Okay, now what is type of x? Type of x. We have got an error, right? Let me take another example. Okay, b is equal to, let me take 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. Okay, now I am converting x is equal to bytes of d. Okay, I'm converting this to bytes. Now type of x is bytes. Now this is in the range of 0 to 256. That is why we have successfully created a byte. Okay, we have successfully created a byte data type. Okay, now immutable means once the byte is created, you cannot change the values in that. You cannot change the values in that. Suppose, if I want to change the values, okay, now here, let me tell you, okay, here what we did, okay, here x is equal to what we did, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. We have did this one. Now here this will be having indexes. What is an index? The representation, the address of that particular element in that particular object. Okay, the index will be starting from 0. The index of 10 is 0, the index of 20 is 1, the index of 30 is 2, the index of 40 is 3, the index of 50 is 4, the index of 60 is 5 actually. Now if you want to try to print index of 0, it will be printing 10 actually. It will be printing 10. How to print? Print of x of 0. Okay, like this you need to print. Okay, if you want to print any particular index, something like this, you need to, if you want to print any particular number, okay, you need to use the index. Okay, you need to give this square brackets, something like this. Okay, let me show you. Okay, now I have created this this one, and let me created a bytes. Now let me print print of x of 0. Let me take this one. Okay, let me show you. You can see that here it's a 10 actually. It's a 10 because the index of the first element is 0. Okay, if you try to print x of 0, that will print 10. That will print 10. If you print index of 1, okay, if you print the index of 1, that will print 20 actually. Like this, each and every element in the bytes will be having an index. Okay, based on the index, you can print the elements. Okay, now why I am saying it is immutable? Because you cannot change the value of that particular element after creating a byte. Suppose I want to change a value of 0 index. Now, as of now, at the 0 index in the bytes array, we in the bytes of data type, we have 10 element. We have 10 element, but I want to change this element to x of 0 is equal to, I want to change this element to 88. I want to change this element to 88. It is not possible because it is immutable. Bytes are immutable. Byte data type is immutable. That means once the byte is created, okay, you cannot change the value of any of the element in that particular bytes data type. Let me show you. Okay, let me try to change. Okay, x of 0 is equal to 88. Let me put something like this. Okay, 88. Now you can see that byte object does not support item assignment. That is that is an error you are going to get. That means it is immutable. It will not support the item assignment like this because it is not changeable. Okay, you cannot change the byte array. 1 second. Okay, you cannot change the byte object actually. That's a thing that you need to understand. From the bytes, what you need to understand, the bytes will only accept the values within a range of 0 to 256, and it is immutable. That is not changeable. That's what you need to understand from the bytes. Okay, now let me remove all these things. Let me remove all these things. Is that clear for you, bytes? Okay, okay. Now, okay, that's okay. Now let me remove all these things which are not required. Okay, the next data type that we have is byte array. Byte array is the next data type that we have. Okay, the difference, let me tell you. Okay, byte array is the next data type that we have. Okay, what is this byte array? The only difference between bytes and byte array is bytes is immutable, and byte array is mutable. That means this is changeable, this is not changeable. Okay, byte is immutable and byte array is mutable. Let me go here, let me show you. I have already a b. Okay, let me show you. Print of b. Actually, I have a b. Actually, now let me convert this b to byte array. Okay, ba, let me take this ba is equal to bytearray, byte array, byte array. Okay, let me go here to b. Okay, now let me convert this. Okay, type of ba. Okay, let me take this. This is the byte array type. Byte array type. Now what I did here, let me write it here. Okay, b is equal to what I did, 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40 comma 50 comma 60. I have this one. Okay, now what I did, now I have another variable ba is equal to byte array of b. I have converted this list into a byte array actually. Now if you print type of ba, we got the output as byte array. Byte array, we got something like this. Okay, we have got like this. Okay, like this, we have got something like this, right? So the type is byte array. Now it is mutable, I have told you. Now what is mutable? It is changeable. That means if I try to, if in the bytes, if I make this change, I have got an error called type error. Bytes object does not support the item assignment, but it supports that. Okay, let me show you. Let me show you BA, right? BA is the byte array. Let me put it here, 88. You can see that I am not going to get any error here. Now, let me show you. Print, previously it contains 0 index, contains the 10 here because 10 is the 0 index. Now, if I print BA of 0, that means it will print 88 because we have modified that BA to 88. That means what we did here, we have did BA of 0 is equal to 88. Now the value here will be changed to 88, and when you type to print of BA of 0 will become, it will be giving us 88, something like this. So this is the bytes and this is the byte array. The only difference is also important interview question. Okay, what's the difference between bytes and byte array? Bytes means it will be only accepting the values in the range of 0 to 256 and it is immutable. And the byte array is, it will also be accepting the values in the range of 0 to 256 and it is mutable. The only difference between the byte and byte array is bytes is immutable and byte array is mutable. Okay, that's what you need to understand. That's what the concept is. Okay, Any questions, please?
So when we write this Python script, we will be using this byte array Python
Yes.
in our program.
Yes, definitely. See, all these things, what I'm saying, string, whether it is int, whether it is string, whether it's a byte array, whether it's a list, or whether it's a tuple, these data types, initially, it looks like it is very easy, but we are going to use this as part of the Python scripts. Okay, these are very important in the Python scripts, actually. We are going to use, actually, yes. Yeah. Okay, so that's the thing actually. Now that's a class for today. Tomorrow we are going towards the list, tuple, and dictionary data types. List, tuple, and dictionary data types, and we will be moving further. We'll be moving further. And before ending this class today, I want to mention one thing. Actually, there are few things you should not use as a here. This is institute is a variable, and here BA is a variable. And here all these things we are using many variable names actually. Here there are few reserved words which you should not use as a variables actually. You should not use as variables. Let me tell you the reserved words. Keyword. Okay, now what I want to do, print of, okay, keyword dot kw list, kw list actually. I'll just click on enter. You can see that these are the values which are reserved for the Python. You cannot use if you cannot use if is equal to 10. You cannot use this. You are going to get an error actually, invalid syntax or something like this you are going to get. Okay, you should not use the reserved words for the variables. You should not use if is a reserved word. You can see that if is a reserved word. It will be used in the Python. You should not use this if as a variable. Okay, these are the reserved words. You should not use anywhere in your Python to assign a variable actually. So these are the this was the thing I want to say actually. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, any questions you can ask? If not, we will be moving tomorrow with the other data types. And one thing finally, please go ahead and register for the course. This one I'll be mentioning to everyone in the class, but yeah, every day in these demo sessions. But yeah, go ahead and register for the course, and that's the thing. Yeah, any questions, please?
No, sure. It's clear.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining, and we'll meet in the next class, that is tomorrow 9:30 a.m. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye.